Stop relying on local fire brigade to prevent failures of emergency response plans. Dr. Rohitha Rathnayara, Managing Director, Global Institute of Safety, Security, and Technology Private Limited. When looking at recent fire incident at Nidambawa, it resembles same DNA of other key fire incidents in Sri Lanka such as fires at factories in Horana, Bandaragama, Mathagota, and Panala. To name few of the fundamental shortcomings. No fire load calculation under normal operation. Exposure of combustible material not considered. Insufficient fire prevention systems and measures, fire lanes, housekeeping. Incorrect positioning fire detection systems and fire warning systems. Poor positioning of Level 1 equipment and poor training. Inappropriate layout of sprinkles, mounted too high cell lane clearance, improper type and K-factor improper spacing for racks and no in-rack sprinklers. Insufficient volume of water, hydrants and coverage. Not considering formation of smoke plumb and travel. Incorrect layout of the factory floor, laying out sprinklers before completing factory layout leaving sprinklers ineffective. Unhealthy attitude by top and middle management on safety over production, preference for fire protection than prevention. While having all these faults, many makes the biggest mistake of relying on Level 3 support which comes from local fire brigade. Why local fire brigade support fail? Biggest mistakes are: is your local fire brigade know your actual fire load and types of combustible material you have? Have you calculated and verified actual water requirement in worst case scenario? Why it's important to know the fire load. The burning duration and size of the fire directly relate to fire load. Did you ever inform the fire brigade and agree on timing for your fire drill? That's the biggest idiotic decision you ever made in your life. When you do this, you will never know the actual time required for the fire brigade to come at worst possible time or at least their capability. Did you ever assess if you have sufficient resources and manpower to hold the fire, Level 2, until the fire brigade, Level 3, arrives? This is where most went wrong. Have you ever heard of a factory saved by the fire brigade? Every time they come, they only leave ash of your business. Are you aware that a medium burning fire grow 20 times bigger in 7.5 minutes and 60 times bigger in 12.5 minutes? Stop fooling yourself. Fire certificate hanging on the wall is the first thing to go on flames along with ISO certificates and safety awards. Learn to be proactive and prevent it from happening. You have to develop a HEMP and QRA before developing an ERP. It's a risk management professional's job which is definitely not of a firefighter, fire consultant or structural engineer. Firefighter's role is important only when your system fail, but you should prevent it from happening. Therefore, understand the recipe of successful and safe business. It starts with Hazard Effects Management Process, HEMP. Quantitative Risk Assessment QRA. Business Risk Profile. HS Management System, Safe System of Work. Fire Risk Assessment and Fire Prevention Plan by Fire Wardens. Emergency Response Planning with Level 1 Floor Level and Level 2 Quick Response Teams. Emergency Response Plan Level 3. Crisis Management Plan. Business Continuity Plan. And ends with Final Abandonment Plan. You can get all these services from Global Institute of Safety, Security, and Technology Private Limited, which has immense global experience in handling such situations. Managing Director of Global Institute of Safety, Security, and Technology Private Limited served Shell Petroleum for 17 years as a risk and HSE professional and served 14 countries in Asia, Africa, Middle East, Europe and USA. Dr. Rathnayara specialized Hazard Effect Management Process, HEMP, Layer of Protection Analysis, LOPA, Fire Radiation Explosion and Dispersion Assessment, FRED, Risk Management, and Emergency Response Planning from Shell, Business Impact Assessment, Business Continuity Planning and Crisis Management Planning from British Standards Institute, Fire Risk Assessment from British Safety Council and National Fire Protection Association NFPA to be a better professional of emergency response. Global Institute of Safety, Security, and Technology Private Limited has developed quantitative risk assessments, fire risk assessments and emergency response plans for LNG power plants, offshore platforms, LPG storage and supply terminals, manufacturing facilities and international schools in Sri Lanka and abroad. We also design warehouses, factories, and buildings compliant to NFPA and EN requirements, define safe management systems, train workers, conduct audits, investigations, and submit reports for insurances. Get engaged with real professionals to save your business before the fire alarm goes. Global Institute of Safety, Security, and Technology. True professionals and solution providers in fire prevention. Call us today for a free review. 0766286647. We take care of your fears and keep fire brigade away.